Hi guys, my name's Andy and I'm just setting out to get some ideas of the flight time of a marble down an incline. Everybody knows if the incline is greater then the marble will travel faster, but I have no idea what difference 5mm or 10mm is going to make to that flight time. So I'm going to do a series of trials. I've knocked up some little stands using my favourite M6 6mm studding, and I know every time I adjust one of these stands, one turn of the nut is 1mm height difference, which is it's very convenient, and of course I've got infinite adjustment, which is also helpful. Anyway, I won't video every flight, but suffice it to say I've got 100mm height difference between this end of the end of the 1 meters and this end of 1 meter. So I've got 100mm difference between those two heights, and the 1 meter starts here and ends just on this clip at the end. So I've got a slight ramp at this end just to overcome any sort of starting stiction, so it does get a little bit of a run down. This isn't going to be accurate, it's not precise, but it'll be near enough. It's indicative. It'll give me some idea of what I expect to happen. .7 seconds. Now I know if I repeat that, it'll be something like close. So I'm not going to do 5 runs for each one. I'll just make a note of that. Okay, I'm going to lower this end 10mm, and I'll lower this one in the middle accordingly. .8 seconds. This is the 80mm height difference test. .9. Now I've got a height difference of 70mm. .03. This is the 60mm difference test. .13. This is the 50mm height difference test. .28. This is the 40mm height difference test. As I say, I'm not expecting this to be accurate or precise because the track isn't 100% straight, but it's indicative. 2.47. This is a 30mm height difference. .88. This is with a 20mm height difference. .21. This is for a 10mm height difference. .93. Right, the next one I'm going to take it down just 5mm because I think it's getting interesting now. Okay, so this is a 5mm height difference. .34. I'm going to take it down 2mm, I think. Okay, I've got 3mm height difference now between this, the high end, and this, the low end. So over that 1 metre, I've got 3mm height difference. So I think this should be like a stroll in the park. .41 seconds. Okay, I've brought it down to a 2mm height difference. So I've got a slight ramp at this end just to overcome any sort of starting stiction. So it does get a little bit of a run down. .16 is really tailing off now. I'm going to drop it 1mm there, and 1/2 mil there, about just over 1/2 mil. And I could imagine it getting to the point where the ball actually stalls. .5 seconds. So there's some inconsistency here. .85. So that variation may be me. .71. What I'm beginning to realise is that if I set this track so as it's as good as level, the little bubble on this spirit level is pretty much between the lines. Just the very slight incline there is enough to drive the ball down. I think there's inconsistencies in the shape of the track. That you see it's almost level. So what that's telling me is so long as the ball has got some inertia to get it rolling, even a very shallow slope is going to be effective. And I'm particularly interested in making a rolling ball structure that will run with this sort of velocity. Okay, I've knocked up a graph now, and you can see, you know, obviously it forms rapidly from a great height, and then it starts to level out as it becomes shallow. It gets a bit grey round here with my numbers, but I think that's the vagaries of the track, and with just that happenstance, that's life. But I think it's probably interesting to consider it as if we'd got a starting line to give us a height, a difference from here. So the point I'm trying to make is this is a very small distance here, the difference, and it's coming round here, and when it gets down to here, just the problems with the straightness and levelness of the track, precise levelness, is too tricky to measure on the kitchen table. But anyway, I'm starting to get a feel for what happens now, and it'll just help me thinking about where I go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found it interesting. Bye bye.